to the Bristol Energy Committee meeting this September. We have, about 6 things on the agenda, but maybe 2 to 3 we won't be able to do much without Richard, who's not here, or, not much anyway. Yeah. So let's start out with the Harvest Fest. That's coming right up this Saturday, and we have booth number 7. So we're in a new location, kind of on the along North Street there. I think it's going to be a good space. It seems like a lot of room around it. So, if there's electric mowers or, we can spread out a little bit, I think, right in that area. For one, I have the tent and tables and a chair and some materials and my electric mower. I can bring all those, but I have no vehicle. So I would need to find a vehicle to use or either have one of you pick me up in your vehicle if you have something and bring me over to help me set up. The setup part isn't hard. I can set up, but I just need to get the stuff there. So be thinking about that. Oh, Mike?
Yeah, I mean, I have a truck, which may be helpful. I don't know.
That sounds great.
Okay. Just send me a text as to what time you want me to be there.
Okay. I don't really have text ability, so would a phone call work or email?
Phone call works.
Or we can talk right now. I can just say that, let's see, it starts at 10. How about you pick me up at 8:45 at my house?
Okay.
That's, yeah, you know where I am.
I do.
Mountain Towers. We used to be a team, a window dresser team.
We're still a team, Sally.
We're still a team. That's right. And we're going to talk about more of that in a minute, the window dressers. Okay, so that gets us set up. Oh, I got someone else here. Four. Definitely. Then Sally Roth is going to be there from 10 to 12. She's kind of new to the whole thing, so she's going to be learning from us who are there. And then I will certainly be there at the end because I'll be, the last like 2:30 to 4, and then I'll be packing up and needing to bring the stuff home. But we need people in the middle of the day to be sure they're going to be there, just so we have coverage. So,
Yeah, you're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah. There you go. You're back now.
Oh, you're back.
Did you lose me?
Yeah, we lost you at the beginning, and then we heard you say the second half of it, and then we lost you again.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Buffer there.
I'm not sure what's going on, but I'll try to get closer to the computer at least, maybe. I expected I would be there. I'll set up starting at 9 and be there until say 11, 10:30, something like that, and then as long as there's someone else there from the mid part of the day, or we need 2 people probably in the mid part of the day. And then I'll come in again in the later afternoon and finish out the afternoon and then do the cleanup, and stuff like that with help with the truck, which Mike has offered.
Yep.
And Sally Roth said she'd be there 10 to 12. And she can't be there really alone necessarily because she doesn't really know much about it yet. She's just learning. So we could use help in the midday. Richard, sounds like he might not be able to pull it off.
I can come in early and late to help you clean up.
Okay, so that looks like we're on the same schedule. We'd be doing that early and late. It's the mid time. I know it's probably hard to plan that on Saturday.
I don't mind helping out. I just never done it before, so I don't really know if I would be of use. I mean, I could be a body. I could be there and I
Yeah.
could talk. So I just
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
I don't know what to do. I don't know. I've never done that before, so I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if I'd
Yeah,
be
it
useful.
would be, it's great to have someone there. You don't have to know a lot of stuff, but it's just good to have someone there. If you come, say if you came at, you know, 10:30, I could give you the scoop on things, and just show you what's available. And
Okay.
then you could stay for however long you want to stay. And then, oh, here comes someone else.
Yeah.
Sally, quick question.
Yeah.
You said you were bringing your electric lawnmower or a
Yeah, I
electric.
thought,
Are people bringing electric things to the Harvest Fest as well as the EV Day?
I don't think so. I think that I was just doing it just to show people what an electric mower looks like. We had one last year and a lot of people were interested in seeing and hearing it
Yeah.
and seeing how it can pack up small. It just kind of gives people an idea of what they are and how they work and stuff like that. So, and it doesn't take up much space. It's just, popping in the, even all my stuff could probably fit in a, what do you call those things that everyone drives? SUV. Yeah. All my stuff could fit in an SUV. It doesn't even have to be a truck.
Okay.
So if it's, as long as the seats are down, it's just so easy to slide the tables and stuff. Even the, the mower just folds right up.
Yep.
So we could put it all there. Either way.
Yeah. What kind of table is it? A like card table or is it a longer?
It's
like a cafeteria table.
It's a folding table, not like a cafeteria table. It's small, white. It's
okay. Yeah,
it's smaller than the tent, shorter than the tent.
Yeah.
So it's no trouble. It's easy to put them in. I put all my stuff in the back of my Subaru before.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry I won't be able to be there. We're scheduled to camp.
Yep.
I'm getting feedback. It's really weird.
Yeah. We heard you though.
Okay.
John, are you there?
Oh, hi, Sally.
Hi, John.
Yes, I am. I'm on my telephone.
Great. I'm wondering if you would be willing to come for a short bit to the Harvest Fest, just so there's another person there during 1 to 2:30, something like that, to just be around and help point to the electric mower or hand out a few, Efficiency Vermont things. Just be someone who's at the table.
Sally, let me send you an email on that. All right, I will.
All right.
Thank you.
Maybe I could get some other people who are involved in window dressers to come. I don't know. Let's see what else we need. I guess that's enough for the Harvest Fest. Thank you for jumping on, those who have been able to. It's really a fun scene, some great music, and it can be really great. All right, let's move on to the October 1st event. That's going to be, the Drive Electric event with GMP. And I just got an email from Jen Cortez, she has another name now. Anyway, Jen is going to send emails out to people in the Bristol area who have EVs, electric vehicle cars, maybe hybrids too, and ask them to come to it. And we have a few people signed up to bring their electric bikes. I feel that we'll probably have electric bikes kind of on the front of the Peace Garden, and then the cars will probably be along the side over toward, across from St. Ambrose along that side for parking. And that'll give people a chance to, look at the vehicles, look at bikes, ask questions of the owners, get a sense of, ask all their questions, get a sense of what they're like to own or rent or whatever. Does anyone have any questions on that, or would anyone be willing to be there to just, be part of representing the Energy Committee? And
Yeah, what's the time frame again?
it's 11 to 1. So
Yeah.
it's 2 hours, and I found I really enjoyed it last year.
Yeah, I can do that.
Great. One of the main things I found myself doing is if someone was coming across the lawn and they were, just coming to the area, and I would just say, hi, welcome, cars over here, bikes over here. And if they say, am I able to test drive one, or you just start talking to them,
Mhm.
and then by then you probably know, oh, this person has the type of car she's looking for. So you help them meet that person and just learn more from that person. And you're just kind of like the person who just shows people around. Yeah, here's some people you might want to talk to about that you're interested in, or if you're interested in bikes, go talk to these guys. Just sort of be the person who helps them feel welcome and know where to go to talk to people about.
Right. Sally will happily help out with that. And do I remember correctly from at least the last meeting I was at? Do you want things like electric mowers and electric chainsaws there as well, or do you just want to keep vehicles?
We could certainly do that. I think I just didn't want to tackle it myself, but if you want to, and some other people want to, I think that's great. Bring it on. That'd be great.
Okay, I'll bring my electric mower and my buddy's electric chainsaw.
Fantastic. That'd be great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Carl.
You're welcome.
All right. Let's see. And once I know, well, I guess I know you're going to have an electric mower and a chainsaw. So I'll put out a front porch forum thing at some point and let people know what kind of things are going to be there. Great. Maybe I could bring over a trimmer or something. Although trimmer, I don't want anyone to crank around with that thing. It's scary. Although so is an electric saw.
Yeah, I think I'll have it available, but I don't think I'll let people run it.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Just point to it. Yeah.
Or demonstrate.
Yeah, right. But you're the one who's handling it. Yeah. Actually, we don't want to make a lot of noise there because people are trying to talk about other things, so we probably
Sally, they're electric. They don't make any noise.
Oh, yeah, right. Just a whisper, right? All right. Is there any more on that? Any more thoughts on that? Sounds like we have probably 3 of us on that. All right. Let's go to the next one, which is window dressers. So we've really gotten going. It kind of like happened pretty fast here in Bristol because both Marianne and I had things possibly coming up health-wise and stuff. So we're like, we got to get on it. Let's just start doing it. And so we've measured 7 different homes, windows, and she's been putting the stuff in the database and getting a price for them. And some people are, giving their checks. So it's moving along well in Bristol. And we look forward to, training whoever hasn't been trained just to do the windows. And then the big thing is, though, Middlebury is having trouble with pulling together measurers. They're pulling together incredible amount of volunteers to work at the build and the workshop, which is great. but they are coming up blank with measuring. So I would like to help train some people there, and I mean, not really train people there. Well, train people there, but also have us. Like Carl, you said you were interested. Mike, you said you're interested. There could be a team of like, Carl, if you wanted to use your laser measurer, and Mike takes down the stuff and is the person who knows the kind of the routine, that would be a fabulous team. And I'd be happy to participate in any way, either with one of you or the other on other days that maybe you both can't do it or something. And then I think Marianne reached out to Robert, who was measuring last year from Lincoln, and he said he'd be into helping out Middlebury as well. And so I think he would team up with Marianne again because they work together. Marianne's the one who's going to end up putting the data in. So, but we can still just get it on paper like we did, like you and I did, Mike, last year. Just get the numbers on paper, and then either I or you or someone can meet with Marianne and put in the data. Have Marianne put in the data. We just tell her the numbers. And I'm glad to do that. I've been doing that with her all week. Whatever. But it's great to get more people out there into those homes. And so are you willing to do that, Carl and Mike?
I certainly am. And my question that popped up in my head is what can we do to arrange it so it's not a hassle for you, Sally, in terms of scheduling? Should I let you know my available dates and times?
I think that probably the best thing is going to be to go directly to David Clark, who, let's see. What's going to be the best way? I think David Clark should give you the names of people who need to be measured, and then you reach out to them, and you get to coordinate it with your schedule.
Okay.
So it could be you or you and Mike. One of you should probably do that. Probably. I've been doing it for the Bristol people, and depending on where I'm at, I mean, yeah, I could show you what I've done. It's just basically, I just email someone and say, hey, I'm on a team to measure windows. I can do it these days. Would any of those work for you? Or I ask them I send something out to all of them and say, what days and times work best for you? And when they come in, we look at our schedule and go, okay. And actually, Mike and Carl, you'd want to kind of look at your schedules and see ahead of time what you are both can do. So, so then if it goes through you, Carl, you're able to say, yeah, we can do that. And if it turns out that Mike can't do it, but I can do it, then, that could work out. Or maybe even Marianne would go and do the data entry. We might be able to squirrel it around with different people, depending on how many we have going.
Okay, I've got it on my to-do list to contact David Clark and get the names of the Middlebury people.
All right.
Great. And Mike, I'll be in touch with you around that.
Yep. Sally, off the top of your head, do you know how many people have signed up there?
I don't. I asked that question, and they said that they would get back to me on Thursday. I think they said, was that it? Thursday? Yeah, today's Wednesday. So I think I should know more, because I said, how many people, where are they, that kind of thing. And don't worry about getting overwhelmed, because, we'll just get more people to do it, right now, Marianne and I are still willing to jump in and are totally willing to do stuff, but we want to get other people on board, because both of us might be getting surgery or something. There's things coming up for me, so I need to have someone else ready to roll.
Yeah.
And doing it now, because I have also other things going on in my life.
Yeah.
Like work and stuff like that.
Sally, do you know what the drop, well, obviously you probably do, the drop dead date for getting the data to window dressers?
Yeah, so Middlebury said October 1st. That
Oh,
seems pretty close. That's really close. So we really need to get
Yeah.
on. But I have a feeling that they're going to be able to stretch it another week because it's going to be hard to get them in. They haven't been able to pull their team together for that part of it. The rest of their team's doing well with stuff, but not measuring. And it's, it's tricky. Measuring's tricky. I know it's hard, but I think it's really fun. It's my favorite thing to do.
yeah. And do they have a build date
Yeah, it's the 4th through the 9th,
of
November.
November?
And they're really trying to make it so that all the framing is built in the first couple of days, and then that's cleared out of the way, and then all the other stations will be for the rest of the time.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Sally Roth said she wanted to learn as well. So measuring, so maybe she could get in on it too. And maybe we can come together and do a practice day or something, and people can get more, or just do a practice at a house, like you've got a house and have someone come and observe and learn that way to some degree. All right. Let's see what else on window dressers. Well, I think that's it for now on window dressers. We'll just keep in touch, the team, when we need to. I'll probably need to get you like David's information, and Gary is the overall organizer. He's the one who reached out for the measurers. So I could get an email that combined all of you maybe, so you could talk to each other about it. I think I must have frozen or something.
I just looked at, yeah, I have David Clark's, I have access to David Clark's email.
Great.
Yeah.
And let's see, and I can give you Gary's phone number if that's useful.
Sure.
Or I thought I could. Well, maybe I can't. I could give you David's phone number. Do you have his phone number?
Let's see.
I can just give it to you, and then whether you have it or not, you'll have it.
Yeah, we'll do that. That'd be great. Thank you.
It's 388-9792.
9792. Okay, thank you.
Sure. That's great. Okay, so that seems like, any other questions on window dressers? Okay. Oh, that's pretty much, oh yeah. Oh, the update on the library. Well, it sounds like things went well. I think maybe, I don't know who's heard that, but select board meeting, and they're on board. And so Richard just been, I don't know if Richard's going to need any help at this point, but I think he's put things into motion for getting building energy to put in some kind of a bid. I think everything's going smoothly is what I'm saying. I think things are going well. So it's just a matter of waiting to the town is on board with helping out, okay that. So
yeah, it was that item to spend the money for, I think the audit was approved it was like a larger list of things, and they discussed it. I think, was it this Monday or was it last? I can't remember. Whatever the last select board meeting was. And they didn't even talk about it. Like, they didn't even debate it. They talked about a couple other things that were in that list, and then they passed it. So
yeah,
that's good.
I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's save. Do you want this?
It's a good idea. Yeah.
Do you want to save money for the town? Yes or no? Okay.
Great.
Let's button up the building so we save money for the town.
And our librarian doesn't have to wear a coat and a hat in the middle of December.
Right. So. Okay, great. So the other ones, I don't even know what clean cars to and clean truck rule is. That's something that Richard was going to share with us. I don't know what it's about. And then the other one was, you know, the Vermont gas plan for RNG and all that, and how that affects, you know, how if that's not really making a dent in it, why is it really happening? But that's nothing we can really go nuts on. I think we need more background, probably this group. I mean, I sent his comment, Richard's, but you know, it's a bigger issue that people are following for a long time. It's not something that's an easy thing to talk about or anything. But I was just thinking it'd be interesting to hear from Richard because he's been in it, his head in it for a long time. But it is concerning, you know, for just how much work so many people do to bring greenhouse gases down. And then if a whole big thing happens where it's not doing it, but it's calling it, bringing it down, that's a real drag. That's kind of what it's about. Okay, so does anyone else have anything they'd like to discuss around the Energy Committee?
Sally, this is John.
Okay, hi, John.
Yeah, I'd like to come back to number 5, clean cars.
Okay.
California Air Quality Board just released its regulations that would require all vehicles, all new vehicles brought into California by 2025, 25% of them would have to be electric vehicles. It doesn't include heavy trucks. It really is focused on automobiles. Vermont's Agency for Natural Resources has been working with California and other states to design for Vermont a similar program. And it recently published draft regulations, and those draft regulations now are open to public comment. And I haven't commented, but I've talked with VPIRG and others about some issues that I think need to be addressed. And one of them is, this is an opportunity for Vermont to really upscale the number of electric vehicles and charging stations throughout the state. But it requires, and I haven't seen much discussion about demanding absolute standardization of the charger, that the charger will be universally acceptable to any and all vehicles that come to it, and that the state work with the Agency for Transportation to assure that as this increased number of new electric vehicles on dealers, showrooms, and lots, there are also an increasing number of charging stations throughout the state, and particularly in those areas where it's already seen that fires in, say, Rutland and Middlebury and perhaps Burlington, Chittenden County, where people would be more affluent and able to purchase an electric vehicle, there would be more charging stations. So it's absolutely a work in progress, and the state has not adopted the California plan, but it's really aggressive. By 2035, it's assumed that all vehicles coming into the state would have to be electric vehicles. Well, that's a tremendous load on electric demand also. So while we're looking at charging stations and maybe standardization to assure that people who buy the electric vehicle have assurance that wherever they pull into a charging station, they can charge up. There has to be new electricity for those charging stations and heat pumps as well. And that's where the state of Vermont really is in a bind, because its permitting process to install solar fields is so rigorous and aesthetics can be the one reason that the permit is denied. That would mean that the state is not going to be growing more in-state renewable energy to the degree that is the demand growing. Instead, it'll be importing from Quebec Hydro and from New England's grid, and that carries with it more carbon dioxide. So it's sort of a multi-pronged, very positive program that we all should be working to assure will work. You have to see the electric vehicle as the Model T of our current generation. And when Henry Ford was rolling the first of the Model Ts off the assembly line, virtually none of them could drive out of the county because there weren't gas stations. So this is where pretty much we are in Vermont and nationally about the evolution of the electric vehicle. A lot of pieces have to be in place before the public will really buy into it. But if the public really buys into it, that is one certain way to reduce carbon dioxide for any individual who can afford to buy the electric vehicle. And that's all I have to say, Sally.
Thank you. Thanks for sharing that and putting all the pieces together in a smooth way. Appreciate it. It's true. It's kind of it's quite a puzzle. Anyone else have anything to say before we wrap up? All right. Well, it seems like because of what we've talked about, we're going to see each other more in the next couple of weeks than we have in all year because of the events we have coming up and the window dressers thing. So I look forward to seeing you more in person and doing stuff like that. So thanks for jumping in to help out, and we'll see you there. Keep in touch if you have any questions about anything, ask, just email and write, whatever, call.
Sounds good. Thanks, Sally.
Thanks, Sally.
Yeah, thank
See
you.
everybody. See some of you on Saturday. Maybe for the
Great.
first time, even. For
All
me,
right.
at least.
Yeah, right. Excellent.